live? Hey, we're live. Look at this face. No makeup. I'm doing something really, really out of my comfort zone. I've done this once before, but this time I have helpers. I've got the really lovely Lauren.
Hello.
And the very, very lovely Melly helping me. And look, Facebook's even recognised that you're there, Lauren.
Oh, awesome.
How clever is
No
Facebook?
way.
So I can tag you, and I can tag you. How clever is that? So
we're going to prime first, and
shush, guys.
we're getting ready for a lovely dinner.
We are. We're getting ready for a big thing. And I've never done this before. And room service has arrived. Hi. It's all happening. And so part of the reason we're doing this is Mel and I, the beautiful Melissa Carter of MELLI Cosmetics. Look it up. Buy her stuff. Melissa and I have been for ages wanting to do something together, live streamed, because Melly has her own beautiful show on Facebook, and
Live with Melly.
and of course I have my live Finding Proof show. And we've been talking about interviewing each other, but I'm in Sydney at the moment, so I met Melly and Lauren for the very first time in Las Vegas when I was there in May, and of course now they're my beautiful Sydney friends because that's where
Is this
they
your
live.
foundation?
Yeah, that's my foundation. And so we thought we'd try and do something a little bit out of the ordinary.
So I'm going to just do your top half first, because I like to do the eyes, clean up underneath if we do a little bit of a smoky eye, and then do the other half of the face, because then you don't make a mess all over or all under your eyes, and you don't end up with that. You know, what's the word?
I actually asked Melly.
Panda eyes, yeah.
Panda eyes. I actually am an expert at panda eyes. So this is a good thing.
That's why I didn't wear mascara this morning, because I knew I needed a fresh face to come in
Oh
this
my gosh,
evening.
see, so clever.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. And so when I invited Melly to come and do my makeup, and I said, let's do a live stream together and you can do my makeup. I said, you can come and teach me how to do my makeup like a grown-up.
And then she'll have a video to watch back.
Because...
So I actually love to fill the brows in before I go into the eyes. Do you do your brows on
Nah,
the
I'm not a grown-up. Told you.
So I'm using a little pencil that also has spoolie on the end, because I like to brush them into shape and then fill them in, because Tess has the most beautiful eyes and I want to really frame them well. And it's like, you know, a beautiful photo or a beautiful picture. You want a lovely frame around it.
Thank you. So sweet
So
of
that's
you.
what
What a lovely thing to say. God, don't you just love her? You all need your own Melly. Yeah.
And I'm doing little soft hair strokes.
Oh, God.
So we don't want it too solid. We still, you know, you don't want it too hard on the face, but that's just giving
I love
a little
that.
bit more depth.
Nice.
I think I'm going to get me one of these
You know what?
So
brushes.
There are some really bad photos of me from the 90s. When I used to work in the music industry, and I think in the 90s there was a move towards, you know, the big eyebrows. We got past the big hair of the 80s, so we went with the big eyebrows, and eyebrow pencils became a bit of a thing in the 90s. And yeah, like I said, never knew how to do makeup like a grown-up, so I just went, you know, hell for
So
leather.
see, that's already giving you that more strength, and you know, you might think, oh, because you're not used to it, but it's giving you more strength around the eyes.
There you go.
There you go, and that's
There you
Good
go.
strong.
Without looking like I did in the 90s with these great big licorice straps over my eyes.
I posted some photos from the 90s recently on my page,
Oh,
and
did
you know those ones, the ones with Hugh Jackman.
Oh,
and everybody's
yeah.
like,
yeah.
oh my God, that's fringe. And I'm
Now-
like, everybody looked like that.
Everybody looked like that in the night. That's right. So Melly has MELLI Cosmetics, and she's also a professional makeup artist, of course, and has lots of hot stories about lots of hot famous people. But we might wait till she's had some champagne before we ask her about that, because you know she's a
Can't
professional.
kiss and tell.
She cannot kiss and tell, and I wouldn't ask her to
You're a lady.
without champagne.
So I'm setting that little bit of foundation we placed on the eyes. I'm just using a pressed powder. And what that will do is stop your eyeshadow from creasing. You know, you get that little line.
Ah, grown-ups know these things.
Yeah, they do, Mummy.
Thank you, Hen. I've got my kids watching as well. So.
I am going to do a wash of colour that is called Stella, and it's just a really, for a soft smoky eye, it's blowing out a little bit with this light, but I'm going to put that right across your lid, and then we're going to do a little bit in the socket, like a really soft, pretty smoky,
Sexy,
Sounds
smoky
nice.
eyes.
as quick as we can with the time that we've got.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time either. Mind you, yes.
And the trick for longevity as well is layering your makeup rather than, you know, often you might only have 5 minutes, and if you just go and swish one quick layer on, yes, it's going to wear off budget. Rather than one thick layer, a couple of layers will give you the longevity.
And in the spirit of Comic-Con across the road, we could be saying a couple of princess layers. Oh, that's funny. So I'm just going to try and...
I'm at the bag of chip bed.
You heard the... Did you get your hot chips, Hen?
Yeah, we got them.
Okay, very good.
So I'm doing a couple of layers of that all over what we call the mobile lid, because that's a part of your eyelid that moves. So
The mobile lid.
The mobile lid.
Mobile lid.
I like that. Okay. All right, I'm just going to share this into...
The move Can you take a ball and put them there?
Right, you there. There you are.
Where are we sharing?
A power view. Okay. Because we can.
Is it shared?
Yes, and then I'll get onto
They're
your
probably all
page.
asleep, are they?
Not all of them. Dave will be awake. Hey, Dave.
Seriously, though?
We'll just ring him and say, get on.
Yeah, where are you?
Where are
Get
you?
on. So now I'm using a taupe colour to build up a little bit of smokiness in the outer
Fantastic.
corner. Now I don't have my glasses with me, so I can't guarantee how it's going.
Just do your best effort.
Now
I
she
may as
tells
well be
me.
using my fingers.
Not one of
Do you need to
those
borrow my
brushes that we have
glasses?
here.
That's really funny.
So in that, it's like a little C shape, or
Okay.
a C V.
Of the different colour.
Yep, of the
smoky
darker,
eye
but
you're
it's
doing.
still not too dark. It's just like a taupey colour to start to give a little bit of definition.
The pressure of paying attention is just too much, because I'm a bit like yourself, Tess, where I don't really do adult makeup.
No.
So today I've whacked a lick of mascara on there, and that's it. That's my
Yeah.
nighttime look.
Yeah.
So to be trying to pay attention to the number of colours that we're using here, and which
We're
colour
not
you
using
put
many,
when,
yeah.
and what
And
shape
see,
you
lots
do.
of, and lots of blending.
Okay.
Blending is your friend.
It sure is. My mum told me when I was 16 and I'd done like a colour here and a colour there. She goes, darling, you need to blend. So this is what I did to blend. A bit of a rub between the eyes.
Hey, Mummy?
Yes.
Do you know where a pen and paper is?
I think I saw some paper over here.
Over there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to mix a darker charcoal
Oh, I like the dark charcoal.
with
Okay.
a taupe.
No worries.
Yeah.
Because you can always go darker, but if you go too dark and go, whoa, it's
No.
harder to go back.
Grab a ball.
Okay.
That's so true.
And I just realised I can't share to your page
And
because it's your page, not my page.
Look up for me. So you're going to look up? Yep. Tickle, tickle,
It really
tickle.
does tickle.
Now I'm holding the brush this way rather than coming straight in. If I come straight in, all we're going to do is get a really hard line rather than that soft,
Okay.
smudgy, smoky.
So I should tell some stories about my history with makeup because it's quite entertaining. Oops, sorry.
That's all right.
So my nana features very often in my stories, and she actually taught me how to use makeup when I was about 10 years. She also taught me how to watch what I was doing, but I didn't pay attention to that lesson. There we go. There we go. All right. So she taught me all about makeup. So I was about 10. And I reckon, gosh, I don't know, she was probably not much older than I am now. So I was living with her at the time, and what she did was she got all her makeup and she laid it out on the coffee table in the order of application and said, okay, do this, put a bit of foundation on, do this with your cheeks, da da da. She laid it all out for me to use and have a play with and get used to.
Underneath, you use the top.
Yep.
So I got
doing another little lesson off
do
to
a
the
little
side,
side
sorry.
lesson.
I'm
So I got all the makeup bits out and did as she instructed, and then I got to the lipstick bit and then very promptly drew flowers on my cheeks. As you do. I was 10. The second lesson my nana taught me about makeup was to watch what you're applying. She used to carry obviously a lipstick in her handbag, but she also had one of those little tubey eyeshadows in her handbag. And what is this?
Gel liner, waterproof.
Waterproof gel liner, because I might swim
Dark
later.
chocolate.
Because I might be swimming or I might be in tears, depending on what happens this evening with you guys, you funny ladies. So their nana was, oh, she's going to kill me for telling this story. Sorry, Nana, but it's such a good story. Marching through the streets of Launceston and being her very busy businesswoman self at the time. And she was in a hurry. I'm sure she was marching from one meeting to the next, as I tend to do these days. She reached into her handbag to put her lipstick on
To soften.
as she walked. And what she didn't realise was that she had reached into her handbag and instead of grabbing her lipstick, she had grabbed a green eyeshadow.
Oh, man.
And I don't know at what point she realised she had green eyeshadow on her lips. I must ask at the end of the story because I think that's probably as far as my attention got, marching around with green eyeshadow on your lips. Poor Nana. And she's still very, very stylish. She's almost 90 and always looks amazing. Has a lot of energy.
Alright, put your hand out.
Nannies are the best.
Yeah. They are. I've got
She
both.
was my best friend.
Yeah, I've still got both of my grandmothers, my nana and my nanny, and fabulous women. I've got a nana and a nanny.
Mine was Nanny.
Yours was nanny. Yeah.
Nanny and Poppy.
Nanny and
Mine
Poppy.
was Nana, and now my mum and mother-in-law are nannies.
Right. They're both
Now-
nanny.
Great
I'm going to do an inner rim. This is called Gravity, and it's a smoky grey with a tiny little bit of blue in it, but it's
Okay.
there, but it's not there. I'm going to do that inner rim. So this is going to tickle.
Okay.
So
I'll
look
flip
up.
out.
Now, we all used to do this in
Yeah.
the 80s, and
Yeah.
people are scared of doing.
Do we do it on
People
the
are scared of doing it now because they go, it's going to make my eyes small. But the trick is to smudge underneath, which then brings your eye up this way as well, so that it doesn't do that then, but you get that lovely
Okay.
definition, that little smoky.
Okay. See, blend is something I never did. I always just did the inner
Yeah.
rim, and that was it.
Yeah.
And it just looks so harsh.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm starting
So
to look a
because
bit Joan
it's got that
Jett.
smokiness, look down that way for me. And the reason I've asked you to look down that way because it stretches the lid. And I'm also doing a little bit on the top waterline. Look down that way. See how I didn't try and do it all in one go? I did it a little bit at a time because it's
Yeah.
too much. Look down that way.
That way. Which way? That way.
Yep.
It's hard
That
being
way.
a grown-up.
It's very complicated.
It's really complicated. I've never done anything like this in my life.
I think think I'd poke myself in the eye because I would be at my legs like, Mama,
Just
brush. Give me something.
oh my goodness.
I think that was
I've just realised how ridiculous it is that I'm live streaming this, but the whole idea originally was for me to be interviewing Melly, but it's just all so exciting. There's not a lot of interviewing going on, really.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, says Henry. So,
Sure,
I do want to know,
part
though,
1, 2 and 3.
this is,
I'd
yeah, I
say
think they're going to have a 3-part story
Yeah,
with me
yeah.
and Melly. Okay, now what?
Bring your head up a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and look down.
Mm-hmm.
And the trick with mascara is to get right into the roots and do a wriggle and a lift. Because we want to get as much length out of them as possible. And we all want an eye lift, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
natural one with makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
can we
very
do
relaxing.
another coat
It
on
is
that
very...
again?
My eyes have gone blurry. It's very relaxing having someone else do your makeup for you. And as a psychologist, I'm often talking about self-care with people. And I'm actually really bad at paying attention to anything with myself, which is really naughty.
And do you know what? A lot of women feel guilty too.
Yep.
If they spend this time on themselves, I should be spending more time getting the kids ready in the morning, or I should be, and they forget about themselves.
Yep.
And then they start to not feel good.
Yeah.
Or, you know, often makeup's not just about trying to look pretty, or it's about when you look in the mirror, maybe that you don't look as tired.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
you look fresher and
And that gives
ready
you some
to face the
confidence.
day.
Fresher
Put your
inside,
game face on.
Yeah. And I guess that is something that we've developed as a mask sometimes. But it's also that fake it till you make it thing
Yeah.
too. Hey, Abby. How you going? Speaking of someone who knows how to do makeup like a grown-up, Abby always looks amazingly gorgeous, don't you, Abby? You're not going to say yes because now I've embarrassed you, but it's true.
Do you want to wet that
Okay.
for me? And I'm going to clean up.
My goodness, Caroline Schwerkott, what are you doing watching me live stream having my makeup put on? Isn't she beautiful?
I'm
All right.
hiding away.
You're hiding away a little bit. So I'm curious to know, when did you decide to have your own label, your own cosmetics brand?
Well, we've had it for 13 years, and
It's a long time.
happened, just look up for me a little bit organically, because we
Yeah.
wanted my husband to be able to be home with the kids when
Yeah.
I went off and was able to do more shifts with Channel 9, and I was also working for Columbia TriStar and Roadshow Films and Disney. So the idea was for him to, we started a little eBay store just selling
wow.
brushes, and it sort of just grew, but
Yeah.
as it sort of grew, I knew what I wanted with it and how I
Yeah.
wanted to be able to help women and how I wanted to be different
Yeah, okay.
from other brands.
So how are you different? Like, what is it that's different about MELLI Cosmetics?
Well, we care, for one. There's
Yeah.
a lot that just will put out any product just,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean, just to sell.
Yeah.
We do custom foundation
Yep.
because I had really bad skin when I
Yeah.
was a teenager, and I was bullied a lot as well.
Wow.
So to be able to, you know, make women feel good about themselves by
Yeah.
wearing, you know, foundation that's going to bring out the best in them, and even
Yep.
with makeup as well, was really a big thing for me.
That's amazing. Yeah. And so was the foundation the first thing that you made?
No, that came about 3 years after.
So what was the first product that you made?
First product, we did eyeshadows,
Yep.
and then we actually did our velvet primer.
So how did you know how to make an eyeshadow?
Well, I'm good with colour. I'm good with colour where I've found manufacturers that can sort of make the formulas that I like. So I will send things back and I'm like, no, too creamy, too dry, too powdery.
Yeah.
And they just work with me. And we go
Okay.
back and forth until I go, yep, that's it.
Nice.
And I'm all about more a natural
Yeah.
look. And like I said, a lot of other
Yep.
brands will just to sell, and they'll put out all these bright colours just because they're in the market. But I'm more about trying to make women feel the best version of
Yeah,
themselves.
right. Okay. So Okay. So I remember when I met Melly in Las Vegas, of all places to meet someone.
We had to go all the way to Vegas
to meet. I know, it's ridiculous. You were telling us a story about a mascara that you were working on at the time, and you're still working on this. So that was in May, and you'd been going backwards and forwards, trying to get the formula right.
Well, now the formula's right, but we can't
get the brushes right.
And I'm sure everybody else would go, oh, it's great, I love it, but I've got to love it so that I feel good to be able to put it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a bit of a fussy bitch with, because I want it to be right.
So, okay, so what makes a good mascara brush? I mean, I didn't even...
It's getting the right, to be able to get lift, to be able to get definition, to be able to get beautiful, I'm so blank today, thickness, volume.
Yeah, right.
That would be the word.
That would be the word. Okay, so...
And now I'm doing a peachy colour concealer.
Not that I have anything to conceal.
You're done. We're ready for dinner now.
Yeah,
let's go.
So, okay, so with mascara brushes, for example, I mean, I just remember you talking about this, and it fascinated me. Not because I'm overly interested in makeup, although I've become a little bit more grown up in the last couple of years and actually started wearing a little bit of it properly. I just don't think about things like, what is my mascara brush made of? Yeah, and
well, you
said something about...
You can get fibre, you can get rubber.
Yeah. And I think you said something about allergies, or I can't remember what you said now. Something about the brushes. Did you say something about vegan something?
Oh, vegan formulas. Yeah, vegan formulas are really tricky.
Yeah, okay.
Just trying to get them to act like, an everyday mascara, because often a few ingredients are obviously left out.
Yeah.
So we've been playing with that as well, because we've got a lot of vegan customers.
Right. So is
but everything's cruelty-free too.
Yeah, okay.
We actually had an opportunity to work with a distributor in Asia.
Right.
But to be able to sell in Asia, I have to do animal testing. And
oh, really?
Yep. And that's why I'm not going to name other brands. Any of the brands that are selling over there now, that adapted animal testing.
So,
and I'm a big animal lover.
Yeah, okay. So, right, wow. So, okay. So how do you test products then?
I was supposed to say, how do you...
Not that I don't support animal testing either, but I've never had anyone to ask how do you test them.
Well, they do send them out to market a certain amount, like with new ingredients, and you pay for that. We pay for testing for from everything from where you've got to meet different points of how long it's lasted, has there been allergies, has there been...
So there must be enough, I guess, data in the marketplace to know about certain ingredients and whether they're safe or not.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to warm you up quickly with a little bit of a bronzer that's not going to make you look orange. Or...
Look how green my eyes look. How'd that happen?
Magic.
With the bronzer, I'm going to put a little bit just in the socket, because then that gives that little bit of warmth. You can do that even with whatever's left on your brush at the end.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh wow.
See that? Just a little bit.
Just what do you think, Hen?
Good.
Oh, thumbs up from the 7-year-old.
Winning.
And
hi, Michelle. Not my normal live streaming content. Something for a bit of fun, a bit different, way outside the comfort zone. So most of the stuff I talk about online is all about, building confidence. And sometimes I set confidence challenges for my mentoring clients. And
That's not the normal streak.
Lauren and Melly have both been through the Mel Robbins Power of You program, and they know a little bit about confidence challenges like cold showers and things like that, just to sort of give you a bit of a kick up the bum. So every now and then I'll do something a bit silly like this. Just to put my money where my mouth is and do something a little bit outside my comfort zone. So ordinarily, the idea of people watching me have makeup put on or my hair done or anything like that would
Hello.
would be the last thing I would consider doing, because, of course, you know, no one wants to be considered vain, do they? You know, it's all that whole vanity and dirty word and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's why a lot of women have hang-ups and
Yeah.
no, I don't want to spend time.
I don't want to spend time because I don't want to look like I've made an effort.
Yeah, and that's also because they're not valuing themselves enough as well.
Yeah. That's very gentle.
It's a cream blush,
Okay.
so it gives you that dewiness.
Okay.
Pay very close attention here so we don't have the
Yeah.
strips
The
up the tip.
And I'm just going to grab a bit more of this and just blend out that corner.
So I had hoped to do a live stream today because I've been at a conference. If you've not been looking, I've been at a conference since Thursday, and today Comic-Con was on at the same venue, and so there we are being all grown-up psychologists doing our thing, and you know, Thor walks past and
Thor.
and then Wonder Woman walked down the corridor, and Princess Fiona from Shrek was there, and then there was this gigantic Gene Simmons lookalike from Kiss. He had the world's largest boots. It was hilarious. His boots were nearly as tall as my children. And, you know, and I had this crazy idea of maybe I could go and interview them all as a psychologist. You know, Batman, you know, his parents were shot right in front of him. I mean, that's pretty traumatic as a kid. You know, Batman. How did you get past that trauma? Well, he dresses as a bat. That probably gives us some clue. And maybe he's not quite past that trauma.
I'm going to get you to put
Now
your
what?
lip on.
Oh, now it's a very blunt thing. I'm big with blunt instruments. So here you go, guys. I'm just going to do that. And then Melly's going to have to tidy me up because I can't see properly. There you go.
Oh, look, I think she's got that down pat.
And then the little...
Yeah.
Don't we all do that?
Do you all do that?
I
Does
do.
everyone else do that?
Yeah. I usually
Yeah, I
need
don't think I do
underneath
that.
as well to tidy it up.
Do you? Oh, yeah. No, yeah. I can't see because the lighting's not quite right.
And Tess does rock a red lip really well.
Yeah.
That was a decision. It was a conscious decision. So when I started doing live streams, I felt my mask
Your
of confidence
signature colour.
would be
Yeah,
my red
I love
lipstick. Yeah.
Good.
So it became a decision. It was a conscious decision. What's that? Do
Oh,
you
that
know-
was mascara.
Oh, okay. This reminds mascara, but this reminds me of there was a thing in the 70s, I'm sure, or the 80s, that was lots of little pots of something that all clicked
yes.
together.
Oh, yes, lip glosses.
Lip glosses? Yeah,
Well,
maybe it
I
was lip
remember
glosses
something
or little
similar.
eye shadows or
Eyeshadows?
something like that.
There you go.
What do you think, peoples? Thank
So
you.
it's a little soft smoky.
Oh, yeah, it's nice, little soft smoky eyes. Hey, Jen, thank you. Well, we're going to say goodbye for now.
I can't even read that writing on there. But
Oh,
hello.
but
Michelle.
Michelle's
John?
saying good to step out of our comfort zones now and again. Jen says I'm looking gorgeous. Oh, Denise, have to take my son to rugby match. Please put up a photo when it's finished. Do my best. How's that? And yeah, there we go. Playing with makeup is fun. It is fun. It's a bit like dress ups.
And do you know what's great? If you stuff up, it's only makeup, you wash it off.
You wash it off and
again.
start again. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, gorgeous girl. All right, we're going to go and have some champagne. You have a great Saturday evening or Friday, whatever it is in America, and we'll talk to you all again soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm not going to muck up my makeup now. Bye.